In this video, I'm going to give you 7 different methods for rainproofing and waterproofing your backpack. This is especially good for beginners. When you first get a backpack, you think, oh, this is great, I'm gonna go camping, hiking, and then all of a sudden, it rains, it storms, and you thought, all my stuff is soaked. This is really unenjoyable. I'm never going out. Okay, I'm gonna give you the 7 different techniques that I know that I've used with various levels of success for keeping my backpack dry, somewhat dry, or at the end of the video, the ultimate technique that I learned for Patagonia that works in every place I've ever been to. The first method, oddly enough, is to use an umbrella. Now, don't click away, you think, oh, this is silly. Let me tell you why this works. I have this ultralight umbrella from Go Light that I use for keeping the sun off of me when I've hiked in the Sierras and the Rockies in a broiling summer sun. This thing really works. It's ultralight. It keeps the sun off me, but it keeps the rain off my backpack as well. It covers myself and my backpack and does very well. The downside of this method, of course, is wind. If there's driving rain and wind, you're going to have a lot of problems with that. So the umbrella isn't always the best answer. But one other trick I learned with the umbrella is it actually scares away bears. I don't know why, but it totally did in the Sierras for me. So method 1, bust out the umbrella. This Go Light is really handy. I will put links below in the description to everything that I talk about in this video. The second method for rainproofing and waterproofing your backpack is to actually use your rain jacket. In a pinch, I have used this technique, so instead of having your raincoat on and just wearing your raincoat, putting this bad boy on, and then having your backpack get completely drenched on you, I have, as long as my backpack isn't too big, I have literally done one of 2 things. Let me get my jacket off here. Is I've put my backpack on, and then if my backpack isn't too big, I can literally put my jacket on, kind of, sort of, over me. This doesn't work for big backpacks, only small backpacks. And literally do that, and it totally works. I'm carrying no extra weight, and you gotta fiddle with it a bit if you're backpacking with somebody else. It does help. You can't close the jacket, but it doesn't do too badly. It's easier to pull it over your head. But the other method I've used for light rain is to do the old elementary school kid maneuver, where I simply put my jacket over my backpack, I put my hood on, I flip this over, I tie this around my chest, and I'm good to go. And it works incredibly well. That's if I'm prepared to deal with this. I can get wet with this gear. I have no problem with that. It works pretty well, and I've used it many times in a pinch. The third method is to purchase a waterproof cover for your backpack. My particular Eddie Bauer bag actually comes with a rain cover. It's actually very handy, and it just simply flips out, comes out here. And the rain cover, let's see, I guess has a label somewhere, whatever. Depending on the rain cover, there might be an inside and outside. And if you get a rain cover specific for the size of your pack, it is very helpful. This is by far the most popular method of using rain covers for your backpack, because then you can completely cover your backpack. You put this bad boy on, and away you go. Downsides of this method, it completely leaves the straps and the backside of your back open. So as long as it's light rain, you'll be okay. But long driving rain in the Pacific Northwest, Rockies, East Coast, Patagonia, wherever you go, this is going to fall apart. Also, if you're going to Patagonia, remember that your specialized, expensive backpack cover will get blown away and will fly off. I have literally seen backpack covers ripped off the people's backs in Patagonia, and you watch their $80, $100, $50, $60, $70, $80, $100 backpack cover fly over the lakes on the W Trail. It's terrible. So even though they're very popular, This is definitely expensive to use, but with the built-in ones, it is super handy. I can't recommend this enough because you'll look like everyone else and you won't think that you're doing something alternative that's weird. Now, I like to do stuff that's alternative and weird, but after thousands of miles and literally decades, I'm getting old, for this, the backpack cover is a good option, but it's not my most favorite. The next thing to use are backpack liners. There are actually specialized backpack liners you can purchase that you can stuff into your backpack, like my little Arc'teryx backpack here. You stuff a specialized backpack liner in there and you're good to go. You need to purchase these and test them out before you go, because a specialized backpack liner needs to fit your backpack. That is definitely a valid option. The next thing to try out are dry bags. Obviously this dry bag is very small. I don't have my big dry bag for whatever reason, but if it's going to be crazy rainy and like drowning, you're gonna cross a river, a dry bag is a great option for you. There are actually backpacks that are completely a dry bag. I'll put a link below to those as well. They're really cool. So it's a complete dry bag with a backpack, and you can pretty much go anywhere. You can also put the dry bag in here. Do note, most dry bags are quite heavy, so it will add some weight to your backpack if you need to do that. The next method is adding seam grip and going all crazy waterproof spray and seam grip on your backpack. Now, this is the most effort. Seam grip is a little bit tacky, so that's something to watch out for. It doesn't really collect dust too bad, but it does tack onto things. But if you want to go absolutely crazy and waterproof your backpack as well as you can, there are sprays that I will put a link below to where you can spray and coat the nylon, and ideally it will keep the rain from getting in here. Do note, this is Gear Aid's seam grip. I love this stuff. Also, the Aqua Seal works well, but the seam grip is totally awesome. Works for me in Antarctica. But do note, due to the number of, like on my Arc'teryx backpack here, the number of zippers and seams and folds and everything, that method may be really tough. Just consider this. And the last method that I promised you at the end of the video that I have used with great success in the Pacific Northwest and Patagonia, where it's windy and crazy and rainy, are good old school hefty trash bags. These things work incredibly well. Now, you can go all ghetto, take the trash bag out, and literally put it over your backpack. Let's see if I can open this real quick here. Don't click away yet, because I'm going to explain my secret method of how I did it. Is you can always put the trash bag literally over your backpack, and this is how I did it in Boy Scouts 30 years ago. Is you put the trash bag over your backpack, you cut little slits for your shoulder straps, and then reattach your shoulder straps down here. That is the best method, even better than a backpack cover, because the backpack covers still leave your back open and the straps open, versus the ghetto method of trash bagging it with little slits that you can use tape on to keep them from tearing too far. One of those ultra heavy duty lawn leaf backpackers works great for covering. This is the ultimate method for covering your backpack and preventing rain. However, getting into your pack, painful. Just like a backpack cover, it's this whole operation to get your food. So the method that I promised, I guess this is method 7.5, is I use not only one, I won't stuff the second one here, but two ultra heavy duty trash bags and literally put them inside of my backpack like the backpack liner, but far cheaper and more versatile, and if it gets destroyed, you can get another one wherever you are. Now, I'm showing here with one backpack trash bag liner, but I recommend using two bag liners, because when you put this second liner in there, if the outside for some reason gets punctured or torn, or vice versa, the inside, it works super well. the huge advantage of having the second trash bag inside here is I can actually stuff my garbage in between the two trash bags. That way I can completely contain it, especially if I don't have a place to throw out my trash. It really contains it, just be aware of that. But this method, even though you might say, Aaron, your backpack is going to get soaked, I don't care that my backpack is soaked, because the backpack cover you're going to get soaked, the liner you're going to get soaked. If it's driving rain, you with the umbrella or anything else, you're going to get drilled. So the whole theory of this method that I'm telling you right now is by putting the trash bag inside of your backpack and protecting your stuff and using your backpack as the vessel, and then the multiple trash bags with drawstring string liners, make sure to get the ultra heavy duty ones, is that your backpack's going to get wet anyway, you're going to get wet anyway, get over it. The best way to do this, I found, is to double trash bag line this thing, put them in there, put all my gear and kit and everything in the backpack, and that way when I'm done, I can open it up and I'm ready to go instantly. I don't have to futz around with taking off the cover or the umbrella or this method in driving rain, in Patagonia, in Pacific Northwest, in Greenland, everywhere I've been. I mean, yeah, it was crazy, rainy, sleety, icy, snow, misery in Greenland too, but it was beautiful. This method is the most effective method I found for overall functionality, speed, and versatility, and most importantly, cost of effectiveness. I hope you found this video useful. My name is Aaron Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and professional trash bag user. Please check out links below to my show, World Beyond and Antarctic Tears, as well as my books, Antarctic Tears, Lost at Windy Corner Adventure Expedition 1, How to Keep Your Feet Warm in the Cold, the Jackson Hole Hiking Guide, my How to Tie Knots book, for survivalists and backpackers like you, and also the 2024 Total Eclipse Guides. Thank you very much for watching, and enjoy your waterproof backpacking.